Hey guys, it's Autumn here, and today I am doing two things slightly new, one of which is using a new sketchbook that I recently purchased, and the second being I am drawing from reference. Well, I drew from reference. You can kind of see the pink sketch lines that are there, and then I decided to paint it when I got home. So I haven't really drawn from reference before when it comes to landscapes. I kind of just draw what makes sense and leave it at that. So it was a little different. Overall, I think it came out nice. It was a little hard to color fix some of these colors because they are extremely vibrant for certain periods and then they get toned down drastically later on. So the first thing to address is the new sketchbook I'm using. It is a Strathmore 400 series watercolor sketchbook. It's 8.5 by 5.5 inches or 21.6 by 14 centimeters, and it is a 140 pound or 300 GSM paper. There's 48 pages in the sketchbook, and I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the summer, if not before the end of the summer. I want to travel places that are pretty close to where I live, or at least relatively easy for me to travel to paint. This is the first of those places that I think of when I think of really pretty places to go to paint. What I'm painting is Olana. If you don't know what Olana is, that makes sense because it is a relatively small landmark in upstate New York. Doesn't really hold too much importance in historical value or anything, but it was the home of Frederick Church, who was a teacher or an artist at the Hudson River School of Art here in upstate New York, and the house is well known for its incredible detail. The outside is covered in incredible masonry, and the windows inside are stained glass windows with paper in between the panes that were custom made by Church. What I'm painting is actually a view from the house. It's not from the front of the house because they were doing renovations when we went to visit, so the lawn was completely blocked off, but this is a view from the side yard of the house from the back. It is an extraordinarily gorgeous place to go and visit if you ever have a chance. It's relatively close to where I live. I'd say it's about a half an hour away, so that's also a plus side. I had actually been here once before with my grandmother one summer, so we decided to come back since I was older now, and we were going to do a tour of the mansion house, but there was actually not enough tickets left for us to go into the house. So instead, we decided to walk around the grounds and go see the flower gardens and the incredible views from just everywhere around this house. So now on to the process of the painting. It's a little different from what I normally do. I put flat washes down for the large areas, so all of the green and the landscape is just a coat of one of my greens. The background was basically almost a complete wash of blue. I wanted to do the sky a bit of a different shade so that the mountains and the sky didn't blend too much. The mountains that you are actually seeing me paint are the Catskill Mountains. This house is really close to the bridge that goes across the Hudson River that goes from the Hudson side of the river to the Catskill side, which both are arguably relatively small in the grand scheme of the country and the world, so don't feel bad if you don't know what I'm talking about. As someone who's lived in upstate New York for all of her life, I know every nook and cranny of the upstate counties, at least the ones closest to the Hudson Valley. So those are the Catskills. There was a tree that poked into my camera's view. I'll probably put a picture in the video here if I haven't already put one in here. And then and I decided to paint some of the tree. It didn't come out quite how I wanted, so you'll see in a little bit here I actually go over it with one of my inking pens to kind of make it look less strange, because it came out looking a bit more cartoony than I had hoped it would. So I outlined that, I outlined the ridge line for where the grass starts and the tree is. And this is what I'm doing here. I originally went in with my 005 and then went back in with my 05 of my Prismacolor Premier fine liners. The 005 was just too small and it wasn't showing up well, and I was having a really hard time getting it to work on the paper. So I went with the 05 for the tree, and then I went back to the 005 for the tree line across the background. That took me so long to do that the footage actually stopped before I finished it. I think I finished the large tree that crosses into view, and then the camera shut off, and I did the rest of the tree off camera. There were a couple other small details that I went back and I did off camera. Like, I tried to put in clouds with gouache, but it didn't show up quite well, so you can't really tell. I tried to do the tops of the mountains a little bit so they showed up a little bit better from the sky, and none of it really worked, but I learned for next time. What's in the foreground also isn't super apparent. It's actually a sidewalk. I don't remember accurately at this point in time if the sidewalk was actually a sidewalk or if it was just cement, but I put the lines on because I figured whether it was like a stone or an actual cement sidewalk, it would probably have the breaking lines where certain parts were filled and other parts were not. So that's all I have to say, other than if you do take a trip to the Hudson Valley, I do recommend coming and seeing Olana. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it is definitely worth a trip to come and see. And yeah, I will see you guys in Friday's video. Bye.
Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to check out another one over there, and if you want to see the full playlist for this series, check out over here. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!